Hello, you guys. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, my name is Erin. If you are not returning and you're new here, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some of my favorite foundations and face products for this year, like base products for this year. So if you're interested in that, then just keep on watching. But here on my channel, I like to talk about all things beauty, makeup, all the beauty products that I love to and enjoy using, and I like to try out new products, as well as I love to talk about movies, watch first time reactions into movies I've never seen, um, all different types of ranking videos. So if you like that type of content, then you're at the right place here. So today is going to be another makeup video because I wanted to get these out since it's the end of the year, beginning of the year. I'm filming this on New Year's Day, so I want to get this video done because I was supposed to do it at the end of the year, but I didn't get a chance to film this. But these are my favorite foundations, concealers, and powders from 2020 that I either discovered in 2020 or used a lot in 2020. Most of these are all new discoveries from 2020. I was going to do all, besides my eyeshadows, I already did my top 20 eyeshadows. If you want to check that video out, I will have to link it up in the cards if I remember, or in the description box below, so check that out if you want to see my top 20 eyeshadow palettes. But I was going to do all the rest of the makeup products, that including blush, bronzer, everything in one video, and I started pulling out my favorite foundations, and I was like, no, this could be its own video. Like, I don't want to do a super long video, so I'm going to do foundations, concealers, and powders in this video, and then I'm going to do blush, bronzers, highlights, and lip products. That might be too much too in the next video, but we'll see. So look forward to another video on my top products from 2020, that's including other stuff for the face. So yeah, we're going to get into my favorite foundations. I have a lot sitting here. I just could not narrow it down, so I just was like, let's just do it by itself. I have a lot of concealers here, and then I have some face powders as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, you guys, so I'm going to start with foundations. Like I said, I couldn't narrow it down because this year I really found a lot of great foundations. I feel like there were a lot of foundations coming out that were really great, and there were a lot that I wanted to try. Starting at 2020, at the beginning of the year, I wanted to try some of these foundations as well. So I really enjoyed all of these for different reasons. So let's get into it. So the first one I'm going to mention is from the brand Undone Beauty. It's a very plain packaging. I actually don't like the packaging of this, and if you didn't know where this was from, besides the little sticker on here, you couldn't tell. And it's kind of the packaging when you open it, it gets everywhere. So the packaging I don't like, and I think they've changed the packaging since then. Don't quote me on that. But this one is their Unfoundation Glow Tint. It's a very light coverage foundation, and I've been really into light coverage foundations for the year. This one is in the shade 4, Caramel Medium. It's a really pretty nice shade for me. A little bit off, just a tiny bit off as far as shade. It makes me it's like a little, I don't know, maybe too neutral for me. But I really do like this foundation. It's really light coverage. Like, it's not going to be hiding anything really, but if you want to just kind of even out your skin tone, and if you like light coverage, which I feel like has been a trend for 2020, maybe going into 2021 as well, then this is a really good one. So that one right there is one I really loved this year, and it's very affordable as well. Undone Beauty is a very affordable brand. All right, the next one I want to mention is also drugstore or affordable. It is from Wet n Wild, their Photo Focus Foundation. This is the dewy one. I believe they came out with this last year because I bought it last year, and I'm pretty sure it was new last year. So this one is in the shade Caramel. A lot of mine are going to be like caramel and whatnot. And it is the dewy formula. It's really, really nice. It has a sort of scent to it. So if you don't like scent, this probably would not be for you. And it is kind of like medium coverage. You can build it up to pretty good coverage. You have to shake it well before you use it though. And this one I really do like to wear. I feel like this one is really nice, not just for drugstore, but it's just a nice formula overall. Now, it's not like my most favorite formula, no, but I think if you want something dewy, which I love a dewy finish, then this is the foundation that you want to go for if you want something affordable and really good. Great one. All right, we're going into some more high-end here with Anastasia Beverly Hills, their Luminous Foundation. Says it's a luminous foundation. I feel it's more like a satin finish versus like a dewy finish. A little like natural, which is really nice. I love that as well. Most of these are going to be satin or dewy. I did have You know what? I did have a matte foundation that I really liked. I might pull that out as well. But this one is in the shade 370 Warm. A lot of people have this on their love lister, I feel like. But then again, I feel like some people did not like this one. I did. I really like this one. I think it's well worth the price. You can see I've used it quite a bit. I'm sorry. All these products are going to look a little dirty. I do use these. And I like to, like, really switch out my foundations and concealers. Continue. So the next one I want to mention is actually the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. This one I'm pretty sure did not come out last year, but I tried it for the first time last year. I actually got a sample of it first, and the sample was so nice I actually went ahead and purchased the same shade of this foundation. It's in 39G Medium Tan Golden. This is a really nice foundation. It's not very much like super full coverage, and it also has like sunscreen in it and stuff, so that's really nice. I don't know if that makes it expire quicker. I think it does, but overall I really love this foundation. I think it's a really good match for me, and I think it's really nice. All right, next I want to mention this one from ColourPop. This is their Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. This was a win for me from ColourPop. I like this little tinted moisturizer. Again, it's like a tinted moisturizer. I have mine in medium dark 14W. Really nice formula. It's really quick if you want something like really nice and quick and for just every day. I think this one is a perfect one. The shade is pretty nice for me. I think it works really well for me, and it is, you know, ColourPop always is coming out with the good stuff. Okay, next is a foundation that I've been loving since last year. It's returning to my favorites this year again. It just looks nice every time I wear it. So this is the Iman Luxury Concealing Foundation. I have mine in the shade Clay 1, and this foundation is just, it looks good every single time I use it. It doesn't matter what I do. And this is actually, I bought another one because my first one is almost gone, and so I bought a backup. So that's how much I love this one. And this is also pretty affordable foundation from the brand Iman. So if you want something, and it's also a black owned brand, so if you want to support a black owned brand as well as get a really nice foundation, this one right here, very affordable, very nice, beautiful. All right, next I have the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Glow. Now if you want to talk about dewy, this is going to make you look dewy, almost to the point of too dewy. And I'm saying that, and I love dewy, a dewy look, but it's really, like it says Pro Glow, they really mean it. So this one is if you like that really dewy look, and you're going for that really dewy look, this one I would say, comparing it to like this as a dewy one, this is more dewy than this. So this one is, I have in the shade 209 Caramel Beige, and this one also has SPF 15 in it, which I feel like is, some people say that if it's in a foundation, it's really not that much, but you can always, a little extra on top of your regular sunscreen is always nice to have a little extra. So this one says it's up to 24 hours. I have never I've never tested that claim, but I feel like it does last really well. It is a pretty nice coverage, and like I said, very radiant, dewy. The coverage is, it's about medium-ish coverage. It has all this stuff on the back, so I'm looking at it, and it is very light, so I would agree with their claims that they have here on the back. And this is one that I love to use. I wonder how much I have in here, because I use a lot of this. It's got a little bit of shake in there. Okay. Next, I'm going to go into this one that's fairly new to me. I was debating if I wanted to include it because it is a newer foundation to me, but I've used it a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and include it. This is the Rare Beauty foundation. I think that's just what it's called, just Rare Beauty foundation. The packaging, I like it. It's okay. Can get a little bit messy though. Like I'm constantly having to wipe off parts. I have mine in the shade 370N, so this one's a more of a neutral tone. The shade works pretty well for me. I thought it was going to be too dark when I first got it, but actually works out fine. It's a nice, like, this one I would say is, again, like a more of a satiny, natural type of finish, and it gives a nice like glow to the skin. It's not like super dewy, but it's not matte either. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's more like a natural satin finish, and the shade is, like I said, is okay. And I need to try this out a little bit more, but I'm putting it in my favorites because I do really like it. I think Rare Beauty hit it out the park with this, and you will, spoiler, see their concealer later. So next I want to go ahead and mention the Juvia's Place Shade Stick, their foundation stick. So I actually bought this on the recommendation of Amy Loves Makeup. I watch her a lot. She loves this foundation stick. I was like, let me try it, because I've never tried a foundation stick that I've liked, and I love this. I think this might be one of my top ones, like this, and maybe like the Iman. maybe the ABH, and one more I'm going to mention in a second, but this is really good. Like, this is one of the best matches, best finish. It's just really beautiful on the skin. I don't know what they did at Juvia's Place, but it's beautiful. I have mine in the shade Granada. It has a 24-month lifespan. Unfortunately, mine's literally broke off. I don't even know how I did it. I was using it a lot. It's very creamy. Like, I don't know, it's such a creamy formula, but I was using it and it just broke. So unfortunately, I have like that much left. I'll try to dig out that much. I wouldn't even say I panned this because I still had like quite a lot of product left. It just broke. So I am going to be repurchasing this because I really like this, and this is probably one of my favorite things I discovered from last year. Because I never thought I would like a stick foundation because my skin is drier. Although it's starting to become more like combination, but this, amazing. I love it. All right, moving on. Something else that I think is a little bit different. I had to include it. This is the Kosas Tinted Face Oil. I love this. This is a great discovery from this year as well because it's so different from everything else I've tried. It's literally a face oil that's tinted. So it's very light coverage again because it's like a face oil. It doesn't give you a whole lot of coverage, but it surprised me with how much coverage it actually did give considering that it's a face oil. If you don't like to be dewy and oily, this is not for you probably. Or if you have like very oily skin, I don't know, maybe if you work it in really well, because I do use this with, I apply this with my hands. This is the only foundation I apply with my hands. It just looks good that way, and then I'll maybe pat over it with a sponge and a little bit of the product, but I apply this with my hands, shake it up, put it in my hands, and apply it all over. It looks really pretty. I use this some in the summer, and I've used it a couple times here in the winter as well, but I really do like this. It is a little bit of a miss factor with this one, but if you like something that's very dewy, give you a nice glow, it's a little bit oily, but it isn't oil. If you just massage it really well into the skin, great product. I have mine in the shade 7.5, so just for reference, that's the tone that I have, and I do keep it in the box. I don't know why. It has a 12-month lifespan as well. So, and then the last one second to last that I'm going to mention here, I have the Ciate London foundation. I actually got this in a BoxyCharm pop-up. I don't even know why I bought this. I just was like, let's try it. And I have some products from Ciate London, but it's not like one of my brands I like think about buying stuff from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like some of their products, but it's not something I'm like, oh, I want to, buy some stuff from Ciate London. This though, I have this foundation on today actually. Every time I use it, it just looks so beautiful on the skin. I have mine in 127 Y Bamboo, which is the foundation shade name, and it's just really pretty, you guys. It has a pump found little thing. Sorry how gross it looks. Pump, which is really nice, and it's just a really nice foundation. It's really pretty, and it surprised me with how much I like it. And if you can see, it's not like super matte, but it's also not like super dewy. It says Radiant Buildable Coverage Foundation. I would definitely agree with Radiant, but it's not like dewy. You get what I'm saying? It's not like super, super radiant. It's really pretty. So if you are looking for a new foundation, I don't know how much this actually costs retail because I got it off of BoxyCharm pop-up, and those are usually discounted, but I don't know. I don't know how much it would cost, but if you need a new great foundation, pretty coverage, beautiful finish, cruelty-free, and 12-month lifespan, might want to look this up. And the shade is okay. It's not the most perfect shade, I will have to say that. But I just kind of estimated what my shade is. I'm pretty okay with guessing what my shade is online. Sometimes I'm off. You guys could probably tell me if I'm off. All right, one more I want to mention is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Longwear Illuminating Foundation. This is another one that's like so dewy. It's almost too dewy, but it's really pretty. It's an illuminating foundation. It's from LA Girl, very affordable. Again, if you need something affordable, I have mine in the shade beige. Now, this one is not the perfect shade for me either. It's a little too neutrally leaning, but it's super pretty finish if you like a dewy finish. So another one I want to mention really quickly, and I have two honorable mentions. Like I said, you guys, I have too much. These are two matte, since all the ones I showed you here, none of those were really matte finish, but two mattes I did like, and this is saying something because I usually don't really go for the matte foundations. I found that out about myself. I had to really find that out because everybody was doing matte when I first got into makeup, and then I figured out I don't like matte foundations really. But these two are actually really nice. They're not too matte. They're just right. This one is from Eben, New York, and this is just a drugstore foundation. I went to the drugstore and I was like, I want to try some drugstore makeup. Picked it up, put it on, and it's really nice. I have mine in the shade Camel, and it's a really nice matte foundation. It doesn't say that it's matte, but yeah, it does. It does. It says matte foundation, matte finish, but it's really, really nice. It looks, every time I use this, beautiful on the skin. And it's a drugstore makeup that's very affordable. So if you looking for a foundation that's matte, you can go for that one. Or the AOA Pro Wear Full Coverage Foundation. This is from the AOA Studio brand. I believe this was $1, like 55, 75, something like that. Shake it well before you use it. And this one is really nice as well. It's matte, but it doesn't make my skin look terrible. Now, you don't want to really kind of build this one up because it can start to look a little bit cakey, but overall it's really nice. I have mine in the shade Honey Beige, and it's a pretty good color match for me as well. So yeah, two matte foundations that I really love. All right. Really quickly, I want to go through my concealers that I love this year. First one I want to mention is from e.l.f. Most of these are affordable, just to say. This is the e.l.f. Lightweight Concealer. I was surprised with this. I just made a e.l.f. order and I just picked up a couple of their concealers, and this is one. This is really nice. It's a stick concealer. Again, I don't love stick products, but this is actually really, really nice. I really like it, and I have mine in the shade Medium Dark. So really nice little quick, easy foundation. If I want something quick, I'll usually pick this up and just kind of and go on about my day. Blend it out, easy to blend out, creamy formula, nice color. Next, I want to put in the NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer. I also have the foundation, which I was almost going to put in my favorite foundations for the year, but I like the concealer more than the foundation. The concealer I picked up after I picked up the foundation as well, and I really like this concealer. So I have mine in this shade Caramel. Oh my god, I've said caramel like 5 times. And it's a radiant concealer. It looks really beautiful under the eye, and I'm actually wearing it today. It's really pretty. Is from Rare Beauty. Like I said, you're going to see it again. This one came out not too long ago, and I have mine in the shade 320W, which you might be thinking that's really far from that, and it is. I did not, when I was looking online, I bought these online. I didn't go in store to buy these. When I was looking online, I was kind of confused with what I should buy for my concealer, and I got one that was a bit light, but it actually is probably more of a better match than the foundation. I probably could go lighter on the foundation and a little less red, and this actually works really well under my under eyes. So very beautiful. It's very creamy. It's almost dewy for the under eye, or like radiant, and so I do really love that. That works for me because my under eyes do get dry and I have dry skin. And I think the formula is really beautiful, and I think a lot of people have had this in their favorites that I've watched this year. So Rare Beauty, you're killing it. Okay. Next is one I discovered. This is not a new for 2020, but it's new to me. This one is the Crown Case Highlighter Concealer, and the packaging is, I'm going to have to say it, it's awful. It is terrible. If you just even lightly squeeze, it gets everywhere. I just cleaned it off. It was a mess, and as you can see, it's everywhere. They really need, yeah, I get the concept of it being a crown concealer, but this is, there needs to be a change in the packaging. But the formula is what we're talking about. The formula of this is beautiful, really gorgeous. One of my favorites for the find of the year. And these are like $5, and they have a variety of colors. They have some that are like, I think, correctors as well. Really nice. I think these were $5, and this is in the shade 05. I also have 07 and 08, which are a bit darker, but this one is perfect for my under eyes. It looks beautiful. Okay, a very affordable one from this year is also from the Shop Miss A AOA Studio brand, the Paw Paw line. This one is in soft tan, and this is a $1.55 or $1.77, one of those. And this is a really nice little $2 concealer that works really well, actually. It's not going to be super full coverage, but it's really, really nice. I like it, and it's not like, of these ones, I wouldn't put this one at the top, but I think if you were looking for something affordable, and you want something that has like some coverage, this is nice. I'll wear this like when I want to do, like when I wear some of my lighter coverage foundations. That works really well. And then my two probably top favorites for the year. This one I just tried this year. This is the Born This Way Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I have mine in the shade Golden. I got this in a BoxyCharm a couple months ago, and I have been loving it. It is beautiful. I have never tried any of Too Faced like face products. I have one of their palettes, but I've never tried their foundation. I know their foundation is really loved, but I really love this concealer too. So this makes me want to try the foundation. It's really beautiful. Really good match also coming from a BoxyCharm box. Those usually don't work out, but this one actually is a really good match for me, and it's really, really pretty. I love the finish of it, and I love the way it makes my under eyes look. Doesn't crease. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Like, most of these I have no crease. Yeah, none of these I have creasing with. So that's a plus as well. And then my favorite concealer of the year goes to the Undone Beauty Conceal to Reveal palette. It's just grimy. The top has actually came off. I'm probably gonna have to buy another one because this probably needs to be sealed. But as you can see, it is worn. It is used. There's 3 different concealers in here, same formula, but one is like a lighter coverage, medium coverage, and full coverage. It's just beautiful, you guys. I don't know how to explain how beautiful this looks under the eyes. And if you want full coverage, you can get full coverage. If you want light coverage, you can do the light coverage. And I just want more people to see this brand because they're doing it. They're doing it. Like I said, I mentioned their foundation earlier. This is beautiful. Packaging is a little, like I said, it's messy, and then I broke it, but it's gorgeous. And so, yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. It does have coconut extract in it, so if you don't like coconut on your face, you might not want that. I have mine in the shade 450 Almond Latte Medium, and it's a beautiful shade for me as well. It's a little bit more neutral leaning than I would usually go, but it works. It works wonders. Okay. All right, last 2 products I'm going to mention are powders, and I don't have any loose powders that I love. I just have not found a loose powder that I really love. But I do have 2 pressed powders that I want to mention. The first one is the Iman pressed powder. I bought this one this year. It's in clay medium. As you can see, I've been getting some use out of it. The Iman logo is almost worn out. Very beautiful pressed powder. I have it on today. It's gorgeous. I use it under my eyes, on my face. It's just really, really pretty. And it's got a really nice formula, very finely milled. It's just really pretty, you guys. Sorry, I had to just touch it. Okay. Really good powder, again, like I said, in the shade clay medium, and it's called the Luxury Pressed Powder if you want to go look for it. It's really nice, and like I said, this brand is not too expensive at all. It's pretty affordable in my opinion. And then the Undone Beauty powder, I've probably talked about this one in several videos. I have mine in the shade 520 medium, and this is their under over powder. You're supposed to be able to use it under and over foundation. I usually use it just to set or put it over my foundation. It's it also has balancing jojoba extract in it, and so it's supposed to be a prime and set powder. I usually use it just to set, but I'm pretty sure you could use this underneath because this is the powder that I absolutely love. It doesn't take away from dewiness. It doesn't take away from satiness. It doesn't make you look too matte. It doesn't make your skin look dry and crusty. It is just a beautiful powder. I don't know what they did to it. Never ever change the formula because this is going to be my powder that I'm going to continue to repurchase. Like, I love the Iman one, but this one is like my holy grail. As you can see, I even hit pan in there. First product I've ever hit pan in. So I love this. I bought it this year. I will continue. I'm going to repurchase it when I finish this one. So yeah, I love it. And I hope this brand just continues to get more products coming out. So yeah, that's my face stuff this year. I probably went way over what I wanted to go over for the video length. I'm sorry about that. But anyways, you guys, give this video a thumbs up if you like this, or if you like videos like this. Hit the subscribe button if you want to join the family, or if you're, you've watched like 2 or 3 videos, might as well join, right? And I will see you guys on the next video. Stay safe and Happy New Year. Adios.